What's going on about the black cube UFO? This is literally. I wish I started recording at the beginning of me researching all of this, mate, because I am down a massive rabbit hole. Okay, first of all, I want to say a huge shout out to hallucination hippies. You might have noticed a couple of times I've used this guy's TikToks, but it's always been reposted by other people. And I found out who it is. I followed him, and then one day, I think a couple of days ago, he popped up and he spoke about this.
Okay, you've got to hear this one. And this is, of course, for entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Official FAA documents just confirmed something totally disturbing about the drone swarms that were happening over Wright Patterson Air Force Base. Not just drones. A black cube was spotted at 16,000 feet. The government tried to hide this detail, but a recent FOIA request reveals what really happened over one of America's most secretive military bases. So check this.
I didn't want to watch the whole thing because I was like, right, okay, I'm going to look into this myself. Because in a minute he says like the link to the whatever is down below. So I went to, I don't actually think his link's in there. The FFA documents. I can't see his link, but anyway, I went there, right? And this is, man, I'm telling you, be prepared, because this is going to go to a massive. I've got videos for you. I've got photos for you. This is absolutely incredible. Right. So, as he said, the FFA records add black cube sighting to Wright Patterson AFB drone mystery. And this is the Wright Patterson AFB location. Okay. In Ohio, USA. So this is what it says, okay? Let me get my glasses in a minute. Okay, right. So just before I tell you what actually happened, I'm just going to afterwards let you see the route that I took with this. And oh my God, these black cubes could be something else, mate. Something else really quite potentially sinister, right? So, okay, Event 1, December 14th, 2024. Air traffic controllers observe a drone over multiple sensitive locations on base, including the hot cargo ramp, the south side of runway F5L, the military ramp, and the east side of the airfield. Base security reports the drones were turning their lights off and flying past them in close proximity. The incident triggered NOTAMs for an airfield closure, with the information broadcast on the ATIS. The disclosure remained in effect until base leadership met later that morning. Event 2. All right. Multiple radar targets presumed to be drones were observed on the tower radar. No visual confirmation was made, but the Riverside Police Department was notified. So they couldn't see anything, only on radar. Event 3. This is where it starts getting a little bit crazy. The situation escalated when ZID Center radar detected between 7 and 17 targets within 14 miles of the airport. Wright Patterson security forces on the ground confirmed the objects were drones. The Riverside Police were again contacted. The report categorized the event as a swarm involving multiple unarmed aircraft. Okay. Event 4. An aircraft on approach reported seeing a silver drone approximately 5 nautical miles southeast of Wright Patterson at 3,200 feet. The pilot took no evasive action. FAA quality assurance later logged coordinates placing the object within the Dayton area consistent with the Wright Patterson region. Now, listen to this. Event 5, December 19th. The most unusual report came from an aircraft westbound at 16,000 feet near Appleton VOR, roughly 70-80 miles east-north or northeast of Wright Patterson. The crew reported a drone passing beneath them by about 500 feet and described it as a black cube. FAA quality assurance assigned coordinates to the sighting, placing it well east of the base, but occurred within the same week as the other incursions and was documented in the Skywatch database. The earlier Air Force records document numerous sightings by security forces personnel on multiple drones over areas A and B of the base, some flying in formation and performing rapid altitude changes. Many were described as turning lights off, maneuvering in ways consistent with aviation, and the same cases appearing over sensitive areas like the flight line and base gates. However, the black cube sighting did not appear in the Air Force release. The FAA records now confirm that during the same operation window, pilots and controllers were also logging high altitude, unusual shaped drone activity, broadening the scope of what was occurring in the regions. And talking about air pilots, right? Talking about these things, look at this guy here. He went on to the Joe Rogan. He's a pilot in the Air Force, and he was actually talking about these black cubes, but not just black cubes with like a sphere, like a transparent sphere, almost like a force field around them. It sounds so far-fetched, mate. So sci-fi, but it's epic.
So that happened when we visually saw one. And the first time we visually saw one, the object was directly at what we call the entry point of the area. So, you know, that box that I told you about in the sky that starts 10 miles off the coast, there's a particular GPS, location and altitude where incoming traffic will fly in, and outbound traffic will fly in the exact same spot, but will fly out 1,000 feet lower. There were 2 aircraft from my squadron, VFA 11, and they flew, took off as a flight of 2. That means they're essentially flying in a formation like this. And as they hit the area, one of these objects went right between the aircraft. The lead air crew saw the object. The Dash 2 aircraft crew did not, which is not surprising because they're usually very focused on flying formation. You're just staring right at that aircraft. The lead really has actual leeway to look around. So he saw it, and, he immediately came back. I have to assume he didn't have it on his radar because he wouldn't have flown through this object at the entrance point. He turned around, flew back, landed, and I was in the ready room when he come back, and he had all his gear on, which typically is not a good thing because you want to get that stuff off as fast as possible. So usually means there's a problem of some nature, and he was just sitting there saying, "Hey, I almost hit one of those damn things." And we all knew what he was referring to, even though we didn't necessarily have a name for it, just because we were seeing these so much. And he described it. He described it just as a black or dark gray cube, and that cube was inside of a clear or translucent sphere. And essentially, the apex or the corners of that cube, best he could tell, were touching that inside of that sphere.
I've seen multiple of these things, right? Multiple. So there's that. Now, okay. This is where you're going to start seeing these things now, mate. I'm going to show you. But first of all, I want to show you a video that I found on the internet, and I couldn't believe it. This is from years and years ago of someone actually taking a photo of this thing, claiming that it came into the atmosphere. Believe it or not, I'm not too sure, but it just seems quite crazy how she talks about this. But listen to this. Secure team over on YouTube.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That's an actual bloody thing here. That's an actual photo.
Tyler here with Secure Team. Thank you for stopping by once again. Now, on the most recent video we posted up entitled Mind-Boggling Black Portal and Alien Cube over Texas, which we published on June 29th, 2015, has gotten a major response.
2015, man. This was 10 years ago.
And an overwhelmingly positive response with almost 60,000 views in a single day, as well as reaction from multiple sources who were in El Paso that day, who came to the channel to add their little tidbits of information on their sighting of this object. This is a mass sighting of this giant cube-shaped UFO that was seen in the skies over El Paso, Texas. This cube came through a dark portal in the clouds that was seen and captured on camera by multiple people, came through the portal, and
it came through the bloody thing. I'm sorry, I got to calm down. It came through a bloody portal, they're saying.
Made its way through the clouds, and to say the least, was pretty frightening for some people. And it's just gotten an amazing response. The sources who took the images were smart enough and had the foresight to bust out the camera and try to at least get any type of image of this UFO that they could. And they sent it in to a few UFO researchers, and we were one of the first to pick it up and get it out there because we saw the importance in this material and in this footage to get it out to you guys. Now, on the original video.
Now, we're going to listen to what she has to say about this. Listen, like, they basically, these guys get the person who took the photo on, and she talks about it, okay? And she says it had a very sinister feel. She could sense it, right? What I'll do is I'll leave the link of this video down below because I don't want to go through the whole thing, okay? But you can listen to it in your own time if you like. But I just want to highlight the things what she says here.
Can you tell me about the feelings that you had personally when you saw this giant, square-looking UFO coming through the clouds?
Oh my God, it stopped me in my tracks completely. I thought my eyes might have been playing tricks on me, and I thought to myself, I better get a picture of this because no one is going to believe me when I tell them.
They usually don't.
So I zoomed in on it, and I took a picture. I wasn't sure if it was a balloon or what, but later on when I saw it up close and I showed my son, we were both just at a loss for words. And now that I think back, I remember when I first saw this thing moving through the clouds, I said, there's no way this thing is a conventional aircraft or airplane. To be honest, it looked sinister. And I also remember distinctly hearing this magnetic humming sound that I swear to God emanated from this thing as it went through the clouds. It was really scary.
So I'm going to show you more videos of this black cube in a second, but I want to show, like I said, I want to show you my process of finding out what I found out, okay? So I looked again at the, Wright Patterson, and I just Googled, a little bit of the history about it, like what's the score? What was it originally for? What was their expertise? I don't know, just any additional information about it. And I didn't realize that basically they've made a movie about this called Hangar 18. Like what? So this, right? In UFO conspiracy theories, Hangar 18 is the name given to a building that allegedly contained UFO debris or alien bodies. The name was popularized by conspiracy theorist Robert Spencer Carr in 1974, who claimed the hangar was located at Wright Patterson Air Force Base near Dayton, Ohio. The USAF denies the existence of this hangar. In 1980, a film titled Hangar 18 was released loosely based on Carr's stories. And then I found this.
There have been persistent rumors that alien wreckage and remains from Roswell, New Mexico were stored in Hangar 18 at Wright Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. In the 1960s, responding to the rumors, then Senator Barry Goldwater asked former Air Force Chief of Staff Curtis LeMay, "What's inside Hangar 18?" According to Goldwater, LeMay said, "Don't ever ask me that question again." But Sightings is asking, what is inside Hangar 18?
There have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things.
But where are these incredible things today? There is a long and voluminous paper trail of evidence that points in one direction, that points to a top-secret location known as Hangar 18 at Wright Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. Many UFO researchers believe that at one time, wreckage from Roswell and other UFO crash sites, as well as the bodies of alien beings, were brought here for underground storage. Of course, the Air Force denies these charges, but ufologists counter that their denials are a prime example of the fox watching the henhouse door. But why Hangar 18? When there were desert bases much closer to the original crash sites? Why truck the wreckage to a base thousands of miles away? There were several advantages to using Wright-Patterson, according to Professor Michael Swords.
Wright-Patterson had several elements associated with it. It had a standard Air Force base at Patterson Field, and it had a high-technology testing facility at Wright Field. in between the two fields, it also had something unique to our government, and that was the Technical Intelligence Organization, so-called T2, or what became the Foreign Technology Division.
During the Second World War, T2, the Foreign Technology Division, would receive crashed German rockets and aircraft. Their job was to reverse engineer the craft. T2's quarters were allegedly far underground in a maze of secret laboratories at Wright Patterson.
This is the sort of division that would have been
So is this square cube, this black cube, ours maybe?
appropriate to use for the investigation of UFO research, and ultimately became the home for Project Sign and Blue Book.
Rumors of UFO secrets being kept here have become part of Dayton, Ohio folklore. In a series of news reports, local anchor Carl Day set out to determine if any of the rumors were true.
Well, recently we investigated the rumors about Hangar 18 and in particular the Roswell connection to Wright Pat.
In July 1947, eyewitnesses at the Roswell...
Right, so that's an interesting bit of history regarding Wright Patterson Air Base, right? So before diving into why it is here, what it could be, the meanings behind it and stuff like that, I wanted to try and find out more recent footage of this black cube to see if anybody else has seen this thing, okay? Because I couldn't find any pictures or videos of the specific one in Wright Patterson Airfield. So I found these ones. I'm going to leave the best to the end, mate, because this is mind-blowing, and it sort of connects with the Wright Patterson thing of what I think. I don't know. Let's just work this out, okay? So this first one, we've got a black cube UAP in Brazil. Black cube UAP spotted in Brazil. This is very clear and didn't move as if it was a balloon. Look at this. Now, given this one doesn't seem like it's got sort of like a translucent sphere around it, but is that because it's not, I don't know, defending itself right now, or is this just like a balloon? Don't worry, guys, we're going to get into more freaky stuff. Oh, hang on, it didn't look like it. Okay, I thought it had a sphere around it for a second. Look at this thing. I mean, that could be a balloon of some sort. It's a bit odd. Now look at this one.
The pilot then points his camera phone out of the cockpit window, and watch this as he zooms in. A metallic-looking object, a polyhedron of some sort, whizzes by in a straight line. We slow it down and zoom in further. You can see it kind of looks like a cube.
It has these kind of little points that stick out.
Look at it!
It does seem to be darker in color and not like a bright, shining balloon. Whatever this is, it definitely shouldn't be there.
Now, it's hard to judge this object's size without knowing how far away it is, but scientist Amy Eskridge estimates it's 10 to 15 feet in diameter.
10 to 15 foot in diameter. I don't know whether you heard it because I've seen so many videos now. That pilot that was on Joe Rogan, he said, or was another video, 5 to 15 foot. So they're saying the same thing here.
One theory is that if we were visited by another civilization, they might send probes ahead of when they actually come.
It was spotted literally just in the last few days flying over Bangkok.
In Bangkok.
Incredible cube-shaped UFO. You get to see this a bit more zoomed in and in slow motion shortly. This is definitely not a drone. This has literally been captured literally within the last couple of days flying over Bangkok. Now, we've seen many cube-shaped UFOs before. This is really good footage, to be fair, of one. I mean, this is incredible. It's flying at
It's not even spinning. It's not even spinning around. It's just going, like, it's not rolling or anything. It's not being hit. It's not being affected by the wind, the atmosphere. It's just boom. Thanks for this, by the way.
High altitude here, and it is going really rather fast. It's definitely cube shaped. When you get to see it in slow motion in a minute, slightly zoomed in. Look, I mean, that is not a drone. What do people think about this, guys? What is that?
I don't know, mate.
Look at it go. It's like a cube flying on bloody steroids. Look at it. Flicking hell. It is going really fast. I'm not exactly sure the speed of this, but apparently it was going faster than most planes.
And then we've obviously got, remember, this is Congress that happened a while ago. This was like back in 2023. Listen to this.
After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, 2 F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within
dark grey or black cube. Exactly what we've just looked at there.
50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter.
There we go, 5 to 15 feet. Same as the video I've just shown you.
The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs.
Jesus, man. Jesus. We know that these drones were going over Wright Patterson's airfield. And then a couple of days later, this black cube appears. And then I showed you a woman who's captured a black cube coming into our dimension through some sort of portal. Okay? And then we moved on to, real or not, all right? We'll have to just, it's up to you to decide. And then we moved on to most recent videos of these black cubes, pilot reports and things like that, okay? Now this is where it gets a little bit more, in my terminology, twisted, okay? Because we've got UFOs, UAPs, aliens, very fluffy, very exciting and stuff. But then now this is where it starts turning into more of the darker side of things, which is really puzzling. So I'm going to start off slowly. I'm not going to freak you out too quick, right? Watch these videos that I saw. I came across this news article, right? I was like, what the hell? Like when I was looking for other black cubes that have been spotted, look at this. What is this enormous giant black cube spotted near the sun? Alien hunters claim images accidentally reveal NASA plot to hide orbiting UFOs. Now, apparently, this was spotted on a live stream of NASA, like looking at the sun, obviously like photo after photo, and this thing popped up. Now, according to sources, the stream was cut once this thing popped up. Now, I'm not too sure whether it did get cut. I've not seen it, you know, the actual raw footage of it showing the sun moving, you know, moving like this, and then the black cube pops up and then it goes beep, where like it just cuts out. I've not seen it. Now, is it a glitch? Is it a computer glitch? Is it like a dead pixel of some sort? I've got video footage of it. I'm going to show you in a second, but I just thought I'd show you this picture because it's really, really good picture, right? There's part of me that thinks, now I'm not too sure what a dead pixel would look like close up, but to me, it looks like this corner is being lit up by this part here. Is it just me? Is that what a dead pixel would do anyway? Because we've got white, yellow, and then white into black. So is that it picking up? I would imagine a dead picture would literally just take out the colour, not have anything shining against it on the right-hand side, right? But let me show you the videos that I saw.
This is just amazing, and it's kind of mind-blowing. Now look at that. Did you see the cube coming out? There is a cube on the right side coming out of the sun, and right after that frame, a big glitch that covers 25%. Watch it. There it is. There it is. Gone. Glitch. Did you see that? Okay, watch it again. It covers. Here it comes. Here it comes. 2 frames of the cube coming out of the sun, and then a huge glitch. 1, 2, glitch. Did you see that? Guys, it's just mind-boggling.
So my argument would be, well, if there's a glitch at the end, who's to say the first 2 aren't glitches, right? But wait, because somebody else says something about this, which Makes you scratch your head even more. Just wait, listen to what he says.
That this was still caught on video without them actually covering it up well enough. It looked like there's another cube down below it, if you noticed. Look at this. This is just crazy cool. Here he goes. Here he goes. 1, 2, there it is. Glitch. Guys, this is...
Mate, I don't think you get glitches like that. Is that the thing coming towards us?
undeniable evidence that NASA and Soho are part of the cover-up. They're trying to hide these black cubes going through space to that NASA are part of the cover-up. They're trying to hide 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 these black cubes going through space to and from our sun. What do you think they're harvesting? Why do you think these cubes are entering and exiting our sun? Is it because the sun is hollow? Is it because they're harvesting certain particles, maybe energy particles we have not yet even begun to discover?
What? Do you mean like this, sir?
In March 2012, astronomers reported an unusual sighting of a UFO larger than Jupiter hovering near the sun for 24 hours straight, absorbing plasma. Despite initial skepticism, images from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory confirmed the event. Scientists were baffled by the object's massive size and ability
Look at this
to withstand
thing!
the intense heat and radiation of the sun. Some speculated that it could be an alien spacecraft or a natural phenomenon yet to be discovered. What do you think?
And it drags the heat with it because it's so hot. It's dragging the heat with it. Oh my God! Look at you.
Leave a comment.
Over the years, the appearance of black cubes around the sun has been a recurring phenomenon. While there are various theories and explanations regarding these sightings, there is no concrete evidence to support any of them. One theory suggests that these cubes may be spacecraft or other advanced objects orbiting the sun. Another theory speculates that these cubes may be the result of image processing anomalies, camera lens flares, or other optical illusions. However, this explanation does not account for the consistent appearance of these cubes in various images and videos from different sources.
Consistent images and videos. Let's sing again.
Some people believe that the black cubes are related to the ancient Egyptian god, Osiris, and are part of a theory involving advanced life forms. Throughout history, various ancient civilizations have described and depicted advanced machines in the sky. From the ancient Indian texts of the Vedas to the Nazca lines of Peru, many cultures have documented such objects in their art, writing, and oral traditions. This has led to the question of why these civilizations talked about these advanced machines in the sky. One theory is that these civilizations may have had contact with beings who visited Earth in advanced spacecraft. Some ancient texts describe such beings as gods or divine messengers who traveled the heavens in chariots or other advanced vehicles. For example, in the ancient Indian text of the Rig Veda, there are descriptions of flying chariots known as vimanas that were piloted by the gods. Another theory suggests that these advanced machines were actually built by ancient civilizations themselves. According to this theory, these civilizations possessed advanced knowledge and technology that has since been lost to time. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, were known for their advanced engineering skills and construction of impressive structures, such as the pyramids. Some speculate that they may have also possessed knowledge of aerodynamics and even built flying machines. It is also possible that the depictions of advanced machines in the sky were simply creative interpretations of natural phenomena, such as comets or meteors.
So after seeing that, I wanted to look into the significance and the meanings behind this black cube. What it could mean, or is it just like this flying object and nothing else? And I couldn't believe, I was just blown away by the meanings of the significance behind a black cube, mate. It's mind-blowing, including alien. And after this, what I'm going to show you, I've got more to show you what is just right crazy, right? So I asked Grok, I said, what is this, the historical and spiritual significance of a black cube? Include all possibilities, including alien, please. And this is the list, right? This is the list that it just it came with, right? The black cube appears in several religious and cultural traditions, often symbolizing sacred spaces, cosmic order, or divine presence. And you've got the Islamic, right? The Kaaba in Mecca, Judaism. You've got ancient Mesopotamia and other traditions. Esoteric and mystical interpretations. The Tree of Life, Saturnian symbolism, modern cultural and conspiracy theories, art and architecture, conspiracy theories, black cube, and Saturn worship, right? Speculative alien and extraterrestrial connections, science fiction and popular culture, Saturn's hexagon and alien theories. It's a few times it's popped up about Saturn, right? So I looked into that, and it's crazy. Monoliths and cosmic signals. A few times it came up about Saturn, right? So I looked at Saturn and said Saturn cube and all this sort of stuff. Saturn's hexagon. Look at this. I know it's not a cube, but this, I saw something else afterwards that made me go back to this, right? Saturn's cube. Look at this thing. What is this all about? Look. Look at that. That's on Saturn. This is the belly button of Saturn, said VIMS scientist Kevin Baines. A planetary scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Baines emphasized that although it resembles a hurricane, Saturn's north polar vortex is not the same thing because hurricanes on Earth feed on water and heat from Earth's surface, but this does not have at least the structure of a hurricane. We call the classic vortex. Look at the sides here, right? So then I thought, okay, what is this black cube around the world? And look at this, mate. All these things, all these cubes around the world. Look at these things. Look at this.
In many cultures, Saturn has been linked to time, death, and even Satan himself. Now, picture a black cube, dark, enigmatic, and powerful. This black cube is often seen as a representation of Saturn. From Mecca's Kaaba to the mysterious...
That's what I saw, mate. That's what I saw here. Right? Okay, you've got the black cube in the middle, right? But then I saw this. Look at what they're building here. Is that just me? It's probably just me, right? With the cube in the middle and the thing. What?
Monuments in Copenhagen and New York, this shape surfaces in rituals and landmarks worldwide. Some claim these black cubes represent portals or gateways connecting us to other dimensions.
Manhattan, USA. Denmark. Judaism. Is it? So this is what they do to pray? Islam? Germany? What is going on? So is it all connected? What's going on here with this black cube? Is this black cube something totally different? It's just because of this shape of UFO? Is it just ours? Is it our own tech? You tell me, mate. What's good? Right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope I see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.